Okay, guys, so to recap, we picked up this 20-foot nice pontoon platform, shanty platform with the big tunes, nice solid deck. He got a helm for it. We've got a motor lined up, and Wayne's gonna build a shanty boat. Here, let me turn the phone around. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so what we're doing is we picked up a roadie here as Brenton got to the bus and everything, and it's like we were gonna go get some beers, and I said, well, I got a pretty good roadie for $40. It's a little ways away, 22 miles or something like that, 20 miles.
Explain to folks what roadie is.
Yeah, roadie is you deliver products most of the time. Tractor Supply, Home Depot, and Lowe's. Those are the big three. Now there is prescriptions. Which I've done a lot of prescriptions. They're not hard to do either. They're usually either CVS or Rite Aid or something like that. Sometimes Walmart and that. But it's pretty simple. I mean,
you just download the app and then
download the app and then
your phone was pinging earlier and they're offering you this gig we're doing right now.
Yeah. You can it goes by the size of your vehicle. If you got a truck, you're going to get extra large and huge orders, which pay a lot more. I'm kind of set up for what they call as a little SUV or so I don't get a lot of big orders. I get more small stuff, but this one was kind of a good deal. I find late in the day people don't want to do it anymore. They've done maybe in the morning. If they've done it, there's only a couple of people I think around here that's doing it. But once it comes up, you pinged it up, you pull it up here, you just go to the Home Depot or whatever, and that's where we're at, our address for the Home Depot. And then you just swipe it because we have arrived, and you go in and give the name is Cunningham. They're the order number. They'll look the order number up. They'll give me the stuff, and then I will give them my name, and because they put it in as to who's delivering it, and then I'll show you the remaining as we go on with that. I gotta click on it and then take a picture of it in the vehicle, and then basically when I get to the place to unload it, I take a picture where I unloaded it, so it proves that it was laying, and you end your order, and you get your money.
Follow you around. Let's do this together.
Younger guy. He's doing roadie pickups.
You don't want to be associated with Minnesota. So anyway, we pick this stuff up. We go back out here. I don't take a picture till I kind of get it out by the vehicle, and it's, they want you to, I think, take the picture when it's in the vehicle, but you don't have to be that anal about it. You can be kind of, as long as they got the cart and it's accepted. So when I get that, it says verify the pickup. So I'm gonna verify it. They'll come up with a camera, and I'll just put it by the truck that we're basically loading it. Hit the check mark, and now I completed the pickup. It'll tell me where to go, and now I'll just hit the navigate, and then we'll go to this 8760 west. Because you got the Hobby Lobby on the other side. That's
so Wayne, how many of these delivery apps do you use?
I have Roadie, and I have Uber Eats, which is in my opinion a better delivery system, but it's not in every town. And then I have the DoorDash. Okay. But I try to do Uber Eats. Uber Eats pays better than DoorDash, from my experience. I've done this for four years now, and I have found, and my daughter will confirm that because she's done a lot of it on and off too. And Uber Eats is a much better tipping than DoorDash. I always say DoorDash is kind of like Walmart. Uber's kind of like Target.
Okay.
I guess.
And you've done this in Florida. You've actually done some traveling.
I've done it from Michigan all the way to the Florida Keys to Key West, and I've DoorDashed all the way back. And it can cover your trip. I hate to say it, it's not hard to make $200-300 in just working 3 hours in the mornings, and that's generally my thing because I want to be done by 5 to. I don't really want to do the evenings, but that is a busy time. Everybody wants dinner delivered or whatever, but you get up and hit the 7 o'clock, get the breakfast, get a little break in there, read your book, and do the lunch, and call it good. So half a day, 4 days out of the week, you've made $300. It's not great money, but it's livable money if you don't have a ton of bills. That's how I always look at it. One thing that'll be a little difficult here is I don't have a lot of service. You're good to go. We're gonna go get some beers and head back to town. This is a nice area out here.
It is really nice.
So yeah, once I got there, I just the customer happened to come out. Sometimes they do. Ended up ending my thing and taking a picture of it there, whatever. And it says confirm it, and you're good to go, and you're back running waiting for another one. So this is a nice little area though, for sure. But yeah, you just you run your map. So we're hanging out here, me and Brenton, at the house, and the whole situation was he was going to visit somebody that he knew up a little bit north here, and we were he found this bike at a really good deal. I mean, he called me and said, I got a deal that is just, you ain't going to find a better deal for a bike that's in between that big Honda Goldwing heavy and the ST, which you have. And when we did the trip together there, I like the ST because of number one, the gas mileage is 55 miles per gallon. That's amazing. They're smaller, they're more controllable. I think they're just a good all-around touring bike. And I'm going to use it for delivery. And that was the whole plan, was I wanted to be able to do some delivering. Even the Roadies, I can do small roadie stuff with it, and I can, of course, DoorDash and Uber with it. And with that kind of gas mileage, that's how you can make your money doing those DoorDashes and that. So he got a good deal on it. He hung on to it for a little while. I was able to save enough money up for that I had for this winter, that's sitting in a kind of a little, safety net, and it was like I couldn't pass it up either. So he made the delivery down, and we're leaving tomorrow morning to take him back to Octonagon, and I'm excited. I think it's going to be a great. I kind of left it up to Brett, and he knows what he's looking for. He knows the deals, and when he called me and said, and then he got it home and he said, you are not going to believe how
yeah.
amazing it is.
50,000
miles,
yep.
New tires, new brakes, oil's been changed. Old guy had it. You can't go wrong.
Yeah. Well, let's
and
point this out.
About it.
So this is a Corbin seat, aftermarket Corbin seat. These run $500 easy. It's much more comfortable than my stock ST seat, and I probably should have just thrown it on my bike, but I'm a nice guy. So he's also got an aftermarket windshield that's got a little bit more height to it. It sends it over your helmet, and it's a little wider. It has these little wings here, and that comes in handy too. I would say, Wayne, they make bar extensions that raise the bar a couple, like 2 or 3 inches.
That would not be a bad idea.
Yeah, it makes it a little more comfortable to ride for long distances.
These have a built-in cruise control kind of, don't they?
No.
Oh, it doesn't work?
No.
Okay.
You can get a throttle lock.
That's what I'll do. Because I looked at this and it looked like you turn this, maybe it would lock it, but
No, I don't think so. So you guys know I've had this ST1100 of my own that I picked up for $900 like about 4 years ago, and I love it. Mine's got almost 100,000 miles on it, and like what Wayne said, this one's only got, now 51,000. I put 1,000 miles on it coming down here, so more almost. But yeah, these are great bikes. They're shaft drive. They get amazing gas mileage, 50 to 55 miles to the gallon. They were built to be police cruisers back in the day. They sold them from 1992 to 2002. Yep. Mine's a 1992, which is the first year. Wayne's here is 2002, the last year. And there's really no differences other than the color's a little different. But I'll tell you, if you're looking for a deal on a good bike, you cannot go wrong finding an ST1100.
This will run just as same as the Honda Goldwing forever.
Yeah,
I did some research on these, and they said the same thing.
Yeah, you can get
300,000 miles.
200,000 or 300,000 miles. Yep,
problem.
You got it.
And they get such good gas mileage.
Yeah. So we'll point out a couple more things here, guys.
Yeah, what's these little?
Those are for deer.
Okay.
Deer whistlers. So the fellow that I got it from up in the UP, he had the fork seals done professionally. It was like $300. Took it into a Honda dealership to have them done. I need to check mine. I don't think mine are leaking on mine, but I can't say for certain. And he did put new tires on it, like just a few thousand miles ago. Yeah, this was a great deal, guys. This will be a bike that...
It was a screaming deal. A screaming deal.
Yeah. Wayne could ride this more or less for the rest of his life, probably. Just using it for camping and touring, but also deliveries, like he said. Okay, so Wayne and I are obviously hanging out in his bus. We're having a couple beers. We're going to make some dinner here soon, and we're talking about everything under the sun here. And I'm going to ask him this question. I have not asked this before I turn the camera on. So, Wayne, you started on YouTube. I want to say the oldest video I've ever found of yours, and I haven't seen it.
It's always being worked on. Oh, Jesus.
8, 9, 10, a company card at that. Thank you.
Okay.
Have a great day.
All right, you bet. Well, don't know really what to say, but definitely winded and don't know what to say. We ended up kind of coming across a pontoon boat, or pontoon, just a flat thing. As we were looking around here in Octonagon, bringing Brenton back, and we kind of said, well, let's maybe grab that one and make a shanty boat out of it. I can make a shanty boat out of it. And by the time we got back, we didn't lock it in. We just got there and the guy bought it and off he went. So
We're talking like a half an hour.
yeah, so
We missed it by half an hour.
Yeah, so Brenton, he's chatting with the old timer, cool old dude. He says, "Well, I do have another one," and our hearts just sunk, and then we're like, "Bing, bing, bing, bing." What? Wait, what? Well, I don't know if I want to sell it. Well, can we come look at it? So we went and looked at it, and
Yeah, let's walk around for a minute. Tell us what you know.
well, we
It's a 20-footer.
Yep, 20-footer with monster pontoons on it.
Yeah,
big,
about the biggest they come.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the big ones, and it's got a thing for draining if need be. If you ever, we're pretty sure.
but they're in good shape.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no leaks on it or whatever. Great deck on it. Very solid. Just I don't know. You can't really go wrong in the whole thing. We looked it all over pretty well, and Brenton had the scissor lift trailer, so we. And the guy was kind of, well, I don't know, I was going to do this and that. And Brenton's like, and he could tell our excitement about getting one. And by God, he let her go for the same price as the other one.
$300.
$300, nothing. Hardly nothing.
It didn't. This one didn't have a transom, but I have a transom on one of my docks. So we're gonna pull a transom today.
Kind of the only bummer negative is, but we got a transom to make it work. So
Yeah, we got a good one.
we're now loading all the stuff we can that Brenton wants to just get rid of and kind of get it out of.
I'm always putting, keeping stuff that for all these projects that'll probably never happen. We did get this helm from the guy. We asked him, and he said, yeah, he's got one in the back behind the barn, and we grabbed that.
Yep, grab that.
I've got a bunch of foam from back on the bus. You probably see the original, mid-sized bus back there, and I filled it full of foam when I brought it up here from Minnesota. And I'm never going to get to this. I'm going to use some of it for the. We'll get to the plans on this one. But yeah, this foam for Wayne's build. Tell us just quickly what are you going to do?
Right. So the plan is to try and put together a shanty boat on the just super dirt cheap, but still very good quality and very nice. So we got great bones.
Yeah, not like your original.
No, gosh, no, nothing like the original. No. This will be a whole.
I did work on the motor on the mini house or on the shanty boat here. I did work on the motor yesterday. I didn't really do a lot. I just adjusted it a little bit and tried to get a little bit more out of it and get it to plane a little better. And I did get that. It's moving a little bit quicker now. I'll probably do a couple more adjustments on it today. I think I'll spray and clean the carburetor out and do a couple things. We're going down to Perryville, which I can walk up to town.
There'll be a little cottage on the water on the pontoon.
10 by 8.
Yep, 10 by 8 roughly, and then some decking, railing, things of that nature. You got a little thing on each, mostly on the front that you can come out, sit, and we're looking to spend this coming summer back in our little cove doing videos and things of that nature, and with some beers and some talk, Brenton's coming down and going to spend a couple of months there also. So it's going to be really, really, really great.
Here, let me turn the phone around. So guys, I'll talk more about this as I'm making videos and kind of getting back into it. But like, I've been up here in the UP, and in some ways I've spent so much time up here and I've spent so many summers up here, I've kind of done it all. Now, that's not to say that a few videos back, the stuff I was talking about going to the Apostles and definitely going to Isle Royale, that's going to happen in September. And September is the month to do it. But I was sitting here, here it is, like not even June yet, and I'm like, kind of, oh man, I got to think of something different. It kind of gets lonely up here. And I went and delivered a motorcycle that Wayne will show you on his channel. He picked up an ST 1100. And I was like, man, every time I come down to Ludington, there's just stuff going on. It's a lively little city, and he's got his cove, which you guys have seen like a couple summers ago, where he lives in a cove that just looks at the town. It's like the best of both worlds.
Guys, Ludington. I think you guys have all
go ahead, Wayne.
Yeah, Ludington. I mean, I don't think people understand. Ludington is. It's got the top #1 beach in Michigan, and I think it's the second or third small beach town vibe, or whatever you want to call it. And I'll do some more video because Ludington has changed some more, and it's gotten really cool. But I'm sorry, guys, it is one of the greatest places. I have so much fun in the summer months. I have a lot of people I know. I have some that don't like me. That's fine, whatever. But I have the majority, and the ladies there. There's beautiful women in and out of there. It goes from 8,000 people to 32,000 in the summer months. You know, basically mid-June, July, August.
And 30,000 of those are female.
Yeah, they're all tourists coming in and out of, you know. So I need a wingman. Let's put it that way. So
I do too.
I mean, we're gonna fish. We're gonna have a really blast, great time. And the cove is it's the bomb. It's the bomb. You guys, if you go back and watch my video when I lived in that cove and then took one of my best summers I've had in the past 5 years.
Now, don't worry. The Beagle Barge is still going back on the Great Loop this fall. That's not to be worried about. If anybody's worried about it, I'm not worried about it. But you guys saw a few weeks ago, I picked up, I haven't found a name for it yet, but the aluminum shanty boat. And I was at one time, we were thinking of passing it on to Wayne, but Wayne's got other stuff going on. You know, he's money's got to, always be thought about. And he just picked up a motorcycle, and that's going to help him with his deliveries and such. And so I'm like, man, why don't I just keep this, do a little work to it? And this is more, because the barge is hard to tow around. It's great once you're on the water and you're doing the loop and such, but to tow that beast around takes a lot of white knuckling, and it's no fun. So you've heard me talking about building a puddle jumper, and I was going to build like a little 16-footer, but those are good for a night or two, but they start to get cramped if you're going to spend a week or more. And I'm like, why did this thing pop in my life for $3,000? Well, I'm just going to do a few fine tunes to this in the next couple weeks, and I'm going to tow it down to Ludington, and Wayne and I are going to go live in Shanty Boat Cove.
Yeah,
I'm going to park this one. He's build a cabin. Just go to his channel. I'll linked below. He's going to build a cabin on that, and we're Shanty Boat Cove, and we're going to have an awesome couple of months, not the whole summer, but we're going to fish and have adventures. I'm going to share them with you.
Yeah, I mean, you just can't. I mean, Ludington has now got a place called Sticks. If you ever want to go, they had Uncle Cracker, Abba, Ted Nugent's coming, and me and Brent talked about going. He's had huge big name people there, and it's just bringing people in left and right. So what I'm getting to is lots of entertainment and excitement in Ludington. You've seen the concerts in the park; those are wonderful. We can pull our shanty boats over there, just off anchor, sit and drink our beer and listen to those concerts. They're free anyway, but it should be a real freaking blast for this coming summer.
Yeah, kind of a best of both worlds thing where we can go fishing. I think I'm going to bring the fishing machine down, so I'll have to make 2 trips down, but that's okay. And then we can go fishing out on Lake Michigan where there's lots of big salmon. And there's also fishing in the cove area, and then there's also some bigger lakes that you just kind of have to launch into, and there's pike and walleye and such. So it's kind of best of both worlds. All that nature-oriented stuff that you can enjoy in the summer, but also not just getting so lonely sitting out in the woods, in a small town or in the middle of the woods. I really feel like this summer I want to be more social. I want to practice that. I've kind of gotten out of practice where I'm always alone. I'm always, you know me, I'm the reluctant loner. And it's like, I think I'm going to put some effort into making some friends and being social and just see what happens, do something different, something I can't really do up here in the UP because it's pretty isolated. So I'll come up here once a month. I'll mow, I'll check on things, but I'm doing something different this summer, and it's exciting. I'm excited. Okay, Wayne, you have any last thoughts for this video?
No, just go to my channel. That's our plan. We've been working on the bus, but we're going to put that on. We've gotten a lot done on the bus, and that's always a lot of year project sort of thing. The next up and coming thing is to get another shanty boat, basically a really nice little cottage on the on the thing so we can, you know, hang out on the water, because that is where I find myself to be the happiest, and you guys all know that when you watch my stuff. So no, that's good. I'm excited as can be. I can't wait to get this back down and start punching stuff together and see how it comes out, how it turns into a shanty.
See you later, Wade.
Okay. Shanty Boat Cove.
See you in Shanty Boat Cove. Load up. Go. Squirt. Squirt.